frostbite, you'd best avail yourself of some onion juice. Even better if you had eaten up my vodka.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her arrival, then retired to her tent to freshen up. Gascon was already inside, awaiting her.
So,
I do not seem to recall summoning you.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not. Nothing wrong with your memory. I've come with no agenda. Spontaneously, call it, to chat.
Then I propose you leave. Just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm to see the Elder soon, and I'd prefer to not smell of horse sweat.
Doubt it'd make much difference to him. And be assured, I know what I speak of. When last we met, I found myself standing downwind of him. A pungent experience.
I do admit, I was reminded of an old goat, and I'm always
Well, you were saved the experience of his breath. So pungent I thought I might faint.
Well, to revive you, pinch you awake, I'm sure would be quite a pleasure.
Gascon, I beg your pardon. Ugh, I shall have nightmares now.
Not tonight. For I fear you might not sleep at all. You see, there's something you ought to know. And decidedly before you meet with Bruver. The sites we cleared of beasts, I ferreted a bit. Noted something peculiar. Any notion what it was?
None. The monumental dwarven architecture, perhaps?
Bones, my dear Meve. Dwarven bones. Now, guess what I found on them?
his sigil.
Wait, don't dare give me any hints. Bite marks.
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters, incidentally making it quite easy to spot other markings. Ones made by axes and swords. To be certain, I showed the bones to our medics, and they confirmed my conclusion.
They were killed by dwarves.
Meaning what? That the entire clan, the Fuchses,
did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. The monsters merely ate the bodies and occupied empty homes. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor, and guess what he did? He panicked. He started to squirm, babble nonsense. I wager my right arm, he's hiding something.
blast. Overly eager to aid us from the start he was. I might have sensed something. I shall have him summoned at once. And I thank you, Gascon. I won't forget this.
Thanks.
Minutes later, Gabor stood before the Queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Oi. As King Desmond said after a hefty squirt in his hose, we can't sweep this under the rug.
If you think I welcome jests in this moment, you err. My fingers itch to summon the hangman.
Right. So... 'tis true. I misled you. On our clan elder's orders. Supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly enough to leave nae a trace.
What? Why? What did they wish to hide?
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a-boiling our heinies for ages, thumbing their noses, taking what they want when they want. And the Elder-in-Chief didn't gie a ploughing whit. So to stop them, our clan, we did the unpardonable.
Butchered them.
The Ziggurat elders saw their chance and they...
Gods. So you were responsible for the deaths of all those dwarves?
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried to stop them, in fact.
No witnesses survived, meaning you must have murdered the entire clan. How?
Queen, you sure you...
I am. And you should be sure to answer in full, omitting no detail.
A few years back, we got pummeled by a horrendous winter. Stone-breaking frosts, whiteout storms, avalanches. Made travelling a painful form of suicide. Hunger drove beasts out of their dens. Pass was covered in the filth. Got to where they paced right outside the walls. Fuchses fought a hard, bloody fight to keep the critters out of Davor's Abyss. Lost near every axe-wielding dwarf they had. Only survivors had to winter at Burr's Rump. Our elders felt such an opportunity wouldn't knock again. After killing the town's meagre guard, they set fire to it and barricaded the gates. They didn't stand a chance.
Bastards.
I want to investigate it.
How in the world did the truth go undiscovered?
Once it were over, our dwarves opened the gates. Before they'd lit their pipes, starving beasts came crawling out of the pass. The stank of dead flesh were strong. Zigrins who came back from that never were the same. If you'd only gandered their gaze when they had us all take a vow of silence. And then...
You invented that blarney about primeval monstrosities the Fuchses had awoken by mining too deep. A riveting tale, and one with a moral to boot.
Aye. But the elders worried Brewer would suspect something all the same. That's why they wanted you to destroy all the evidence.
Repugnant. You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
What was it to do exactly? The elders had decided. Nae dwarf would listen to me.
You might have informed the Elder-in-Chief. The guilty would have been punished.
The guilty? You didn't ken Brewer. He'd punish the whole clan. Women, children, nae exceptions. Meve, Queen. I'm begging you. He canna ever learn of this. Aye, I want a hack flame too when I think what the Elder's done. But t'other way it'd bring but more pain and death.
I need to consider what's right. Meanwhile, Gascon, make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course. I'll let you know if he so much as rolls his eyes towards an escape route.
That's so cool. When was the end? Yo King just out in the cold. Ta-da!
Brewer stood by the bridge like a statue, arms crossed, eyes squinting. Meve sighed inside. She stood little chance of having a pleasant chat.
Elder-in-Chief, sir.
No Sharon and Grayson here, lass. Ploughing humans. Always out to fix things, always end up cocking them up. You think you're due glory, do you? Monster Slayer Meve? Patroness of dwarves? Blast it. What do you think? Why didn't I exterminate those beasts myself, eh? Go on, tell me.
For you.
For I didn't want to. For something didn't fit, damn it. So I resolved to not destroy their nests and evidence till I learned the truth of whodunit.
Postponed it all those years expressly. Though your subjects were dying.
I dinna need no lectures from the likes of you. Justice must be served. That's worth any price. And I was close. Had leads. And now it's all gone to hell. You flooded Devor's abyss. You brought Burrow's rump down on itself. And I'll never ken who killed the Fuchses. Understand? Never!
Look to the Zigrids.
I would not be so sure
Sure a bloody what?
that you shall never learn the truth. For I learnt it just moments ago. 'Twas the Zigrins who killed the Fuchses.
The Sikrans? But... Hold. Aye, would explain a lot, that. Ah, the snakes, worms, rogues! Why, I'll show 'em. All right. Got to admit you've more in that pretty head of yours than I expected, but dinna you start thinking we'll be toasting a new friendship. You want our aid? You'll have to answer our questions. My questions. Lots of them. And they're all hard, so dinna you go smiling at me yet.
Why, I wouldn't dare.
Better not. Right. Time we moved on.
Brewer set off at a brisk pace, paying Meve nor anyone else heed. The Elder's bodyguards rushed after him, then came the Lyrian force, and at its end trudged Gabor Zigrin, hands and feet in shackles.
Goodbye. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't kill all the children anymore.
Wanted to hunt monsters, eh?
I mean,
Dwarves demonstrate innovative thinking in many domains. Metallurgy, engineering, architecture. Yet there is one in which they could not be bothered. Naming. For this reason, the bridge that linked the Mahakam Pass with Mount Carbon was simply named Langbridge. Meve learned it was a thoroughly fitting name. Having stopped for a breath halfway across the road suspended over a deep chasm, the Queen could see neither end of the bridge, both concealed by thick clouds.
Amazing.
Whispered the Queen.
I feel as though we traversed the very sky.
The Queen and her retinue were nearing Mount Carbon when Meve heard a cry. It was Xavier.
Hold! Hold!
Meve drew in her reins abruptly. Her mare neighed and reared, lifting the Queen above her formation of men.
They dwarfs.
From that height, she saw the last pier of the bridge crumbling. The dwarves at the head of the procession were unable to stop in time and plummeted, screaming into the abyss.
What's the meaning of this, gods damn it?
Ruva roared.
Face the engineers! No!
The Queen was striving to calm her spooked mount when she sensed something swish past her ear.
More Scoia'tael.
Out of nowhere, a Scoia'tael band had appeared at the rear of the column. Before anyone could react, elven archers had felled the rear guard. The soldiers lay on the bridge's stone surface with arrows in their backs. Meve was trapped. In one direction lay the chasm, in the other, a fierce foe. She had no choice but to stand and fight.
Why are they hunting me? Why don't they fight the MILFs? The Lyrians watched in disbelief as Scoia'tael warriors slit the throats of Mahakam guards. How could this be? Non-human against non-human? To what end? Could it be the elder races did not uniformly support the squirrel's cause? No doubt these questions and more plagued the men's thoughts. But this was no time to entertain them. This was a time for a fight. Story battle, short battle, extra cards. Okay, well, we got the king. Sworn to Mahakam Protectors and move an enemy from the melee to the ranged row. And move a unit one row away from the opponent. Okay, let's get rid of the hobos. Carry you, carry you, carry you, carry you.
At last, Renna! You are mine!
My Reyna?
We're trapped, Your Grace, but we can try and fight our way through.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. I kind of wish I had my slingers now.
Everything all right?
Oh, you can push 3 enemies into the chasm. You can flare
Show
them.
me the coin or sod off.
You sod off. You two, you're dead. Ah! And then let's play... a mandrake. You get a hobo. You get Nikas.
Aye.
You get this non-ability horseman. Okay, he can push that into the chasm. And we'll play a drama boy.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Army's a waste of time for one
Got
like
business
me.
for me?
She summons a random. Okay.
Lyria!
Okay. Oh, can he push every turn? Yeah, let's just play with you.
Nay. Duan vacamest.
What you call me? Okay, we'll push you. And we'll play this.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Drone boy. I'm gonna hobo.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
And we'll attack. Okay, that's fine.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
You can push her off the chasm. And let's
One gold's all I need.
I guess we did that. Oh, you're upside down. Let's heal. Lightning. Oh, it doesn't use every charge. So,
Bloody neckhands. Similian Vat.
2 copies. Okay, we can push them into the chasm. Hello, horseman. You did. And then we can play the king.
I think you ballbags can do whatever the devils you please. This is Mahakam!
Okay. I thought he pushed. Whatever, just push it. Yeah, 169.
No! Blederenna! She must die!
He's pushed so many of your men into a castle.
Their strength combined, the Lyrians and dwarves managed to defeat the Scoia'tael. The guerrillas had weakened the last span of the bridge, turning the crossing into a deadly trap. Had Xavier, who noticed the weakened structure at the last instant, not called out, all would have fallen into the chasm. The Lyrians managed to capture the unit commander. She stood, her head raised high, and when Meve glared at her, she did not avert her eyes.
She's doing it right now. Crow's Eye.
What is your name, elf?
Abayeth mete parst one.
That's a long name.
She said,
Her name.
Thank you, Reynard. I know well what she said. Kiss my arse, is that truly the best you can muster?
I'd rather show you exactly what I can muster. Tell them to unbind me.
You're not bound, look.
You got your opportunity. On the battlefield. Will you not tell me what they call you? Fine. It's all the same to me. I'm more interested to know how you came to be here. Who sent you?
No one. It was my decision to kill you, and thus avenge Eldain.
Is he your brother?
Do you remember him? The elf whom you denied a burial? Whom you left in an open field to rot?
Yeah, he said he would have done the same.
You've elven blood on your hands. The blood of the elves of the Moulderwood.
Margaret the Insolvable, the fate of the elves there. He was a criminal. Well, he was a criminal.
Eldain was a criminal. He got what he deserved.
You call him a criminal?
Yeah.
What do you call humans who murder our kind in pogroms? Who massacre us?
Also
What do you
criminals.
call Black Rayla who fought at your side?
Criminal, that's
Do
why
not
she's gone.
dare compare us. Do not dare!
Enough. I've heard all I wish to hear.
But I haven't. Did you fall in your heed, elf, eh? If you want to fight humans, go on and do it. You cannot talk sense to idiots that nae here, damn it. Mahakam is and will be neutral.
You cannot be neutral. To Dwan, you are either their foe or their dog. Mahakam has stood aside, sleeping long enough. That is why we struck it in its very heart, as a call to battle. A call to brethren whom you, Elder, have kept from the world too long.
I have kept him away. I've been bloody right to do so. You want to play at war, you numpties? You want to force the Pontar to flow upstream? Gang right ahead. Good riddance, I say. Gan kill, gan die if you fancy. But God's damn it, leave us alone. Yeah, I should kill you. With my own hands. I should cut your throat, put you out of your misery. That's what you want, innit? To die? To die a stupid death? Well, I'll not grant you that. Nay, I'll lock you in a tower. Sit there 3 centuries, and you just might grow a brain.
Bruva Hoog gazed after the shackled elf as she was led away. Meve expected him to continue fuming, cursing her. But the dwarf stood silent. And his old eyes, half concealed by brows bushy as a forest floor, showed not anger, but the deepest sadness. Dwarven engineers made quick work of repairing the crumbled bridge span.
Oh. Okay. We'll put some lumber. Really bold, they put some stone back in there. Okay, into Mount Carbon.
Look, Mount Carbon.
Damn. And I thought Novigrad was big.
My days.